Hey everyone, welcome back. A while ago, I wrote about the RFC for PHP 8.4 property hooks and shared my experience before the release. Now that PHP 8.4 has been out for a couple of months, I have had the chance to use it in real-world projects. So in this video, I want to break down how property hooks actually work, the best ways to use them, and potential pitfalls you should watch for. And by the way, have you already tried property hooks in PHP 8.4? Let me know in the comments. For those who haven't worked with property hooks yet, here's a quick refresher. Instead of writing separate getter and setter methods, PHP 8.4 lets us define custom behavior directly inside the property declaration. With this new approach, we can reduce boilerplate code and make our classes more readable and maintainable. But of course, there's more to it than just saving a few lines of code. Now, let's break down how property hooks actually work. We have two hooks: get hooks, which define what happens when a property is accessed; set hooks, which define what happens when a property is assigned a value. When you access the property, the get hook is triggered, and instead of just returning a stored value, it can dynamically generate or format data before returning it. Similar is with the set hook. With set, we can manipulate the data before it's assigned, like forcing the input to be uppercase, validating values, or even logging changes. By combining both hooks, we can make properties act like virtual fields, where accessing and modifying them triggers custom logic behind the scenes. But while this sounds great, there are some things to watch out for. While property hooks make our code cleaner, there are some pitfalls to keep in mind. First, overcomplicating hooks. If you put too much logic inside a get or set hook, it can become hard to debug and maintain. So instead of trying to do everything in the hook, sometimes it's better to use a dedicated method. Second, virtual properties. If a property only has a get or set hook without actually storing data, it becomes a virtual property. That means it's calculated every time it's accessed, which might not always be what you want. And third, performance considerations. Since hooks execute code instead of just returning a stored value, excessive use could introduce performance issues, especially when working with large datasets. Okay, we talked about pitfalls, but what about best practices? Well, one best practice is to keep it simple. Use property hooks for small, repetitive logic. If logic gets too complex, use methods instead. Another best practice is being mindful of asymmetric visibility, where properties are public for reading but private for writing. And most importantly, always test your hooks in real-world scenarios. So after using property hooks in real-world projects, my opinion has changed a little. At first, I was skeptical, especially when thinking about strong object-oriented principles. But I have to admit, the reduction in boilerplate code and improved efficiency are huge benefits. That being said, we need to use them wisely to keep our code readable and maintainable. But what do you think? Do you love or hate property hooks? Let's discuss in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my blog for more details. See you in the next one.